other person, though, that would be very fitting to ask to come to the stage. Ms. Kay Olson, could you please make your way to the stage? And while Kay is making her way up here, for those of you who don't know, when August 20th, 25th, 2020 came, there was a merger of two really great companies. And they had not ever been known by this name before, Legacy. Legacy, if you look at the definition, is really defined as a gift handed down from the forefathers or even ancestors, if you will. Not that you're an ancestor, Kay. Didn't mean it that way. But that's the true definition of legacy. And so on that day, this company became known as Coldwell Banker Legacy. Kay had owned and operated a company called Rika Better Homes and Gardens with her husband, Jerry. And she had signed an employment agreement for a specified period of time and ended up staying with us for a long, long time. And although we did pay some tribute at our last Zoom Awards event, it just wasn't adequate to do it that way. So we wanted you to join the rest of the management team up here one more time. Kay retired formally from our company at the end of 2020. But she is welcome anytime. So, Kay, with all the people to your right, how would you like to spend another 4 hours in a management meeting? Or we can get on with the awards. So it's nice to have a reunion like this, but I don't think any reunion would be fitting without some of the former people that you worked with at Rika and at Coldwell Banker, and they have come here to honor you, if you can see them out here. And I'd like everybody who was with a company formerly known as Rika to also have the opportunity to stand up and say hello. Oh, you're welcome. You don't have to cry, but it's okay if you do. So joining us are Dennis Fish, Kathy Kahn, Paul Chavez, all the way from Phoenix, Terry Towndrow, Elsie Clark, Sherry Swartz, Rose Brown, Brenda Jenkins, Susan Payton, Karen Schultz, and I think Kathleen Donlin, if she's not here, will be joining us soon.
So while Kay's doing all this hugging, I need to tell those of you that you've probably heard this story before, for those who have been with us a long time, but when it was me and Joe and we were making decisions, sometimes Kay Olson would come into our offices and very gently she would put her hand on our shoulder and say, you know, I heard what you guys were getting ready to do. Have you thought about doing it like this or this? And Joe and I go, that's a good idea. And so Kay, for many, many, many years, was kind of the little angel whispering in our ears so that Joe and I did not make a macho bad decision. She was kind of the feminine influence to help that.
Thank God for Kay.
So when Kay came on board, there was really no official position. And after working with Kay and putting this transaction together for, 2 years or more, and getting to know her a little better, And she said, well, what am I? Am I like a vice president or something like that? And I said, well, you could be a vice president. But I said, I think I've got another idea. I said, you could be director of wisdom and intuition, which, as Mike alluded to earlier, was what she ended up being. So, Kay, for all the years, thank you very, very much. We love you.
This morning, I hadn't talked to Terry Towndrow for a short while, so I called him this morning and said, I imagine I missed you. You're probably on the golf course, because that's where Terry often is. And he lives in Arkansas, in case you all didn't know that. And here he is. But this Where's Paulie? I didn't call Paul this morning, but he's here from Arizona. I haven't seen Elsie and her daughter and some of these other people for a long time, and it just makes me speechless. But the opportunity to work with Mike and Joe for the last 20 years was incredible, and I will be forever grateful to all of you, and especially also to Ivana and Cindy. Thanks, guys.
So now, in order for us to run this entire organization, now that Kay has decided to retire, I mean, just because she signed a 1-year contract and we kept her for 20, Joe and I need additional support and help, and that additional support and help came from within our own organization. He started off as a hitter, just like many of you. Then he very foolishly raised his hand and said, yeah, I wouldn't mind being a manager. And so then we said, if you could be a manager as good as you're doing, how about if you come into the world of COO, and our COO, or Chief Operating